Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses. Gang, this video is about the 7 uncommon manipulative tactics that police use. Okay, so number 1, divide and conquer, separating you from somebody who you're around. Now, I'm going to tell this story and I'm going to break this down in a lot of these situations because it was a lot of game in this particular situation. Now, I don't know what highway it was. I'm not going to lie to you. But I was in the car with my first baby mama. We're on our way to New Orleans. Police pull us over. I'm damn. All right, look. I got something illegal in the car. Now, mind you, she didn't know that I had any illegal substances or anything like that in the car, but I told her last minute, which was my mistake. It's on me. But look, peep this though. I told her, look, under no circumstances, let them search the car. Don't let them search the car at all. I'm not doing anything illegal. We weren't necessarily doing anything illegal. And she goes, fine. After I was about 99.999999999% that they were going to search the car, I told her, you remember what I said, right? Don't let them search this car. What does the officer do? He went back to his car at first, and he came back, all right, we're going to let you go off on a warning. I just need you to come to my car so you could sign this warning. And then she was like, okay. And I gave her this look like, don't let them search the car. Don't let them search the car. And then what happens? I'm waiting like 2, 3, 5 minutes. And then the officer, I'm looking in the rear view mirror. Officer comes back and I was like, bitch. Yeah, can you step out the car for me? And I was like, for what? Because the owner of the car just gave us permission to search the car. I'm like, fuck! In my head, I didn't do this out loud because I'm smart and I can control myself for the most part. And I was like, officer, you don't have permission to search me. Oh no, we're not gonna search you. And I was like, all right, I need to put on a shirt. I need to put on my shoes and things like that. Yeah, put on a, and then I reached for the door handle to grab my backpack. And he was like, what are you? And I was like, this is my property. I'm not giving you permission to search my property. Oh no, we have permission to search everything in the car. And your backpack is a part of, your backpack's not on your person, so it's a part. And I was like, no, I can prove that this is my backpack. You don't have my permission. Now, to be honest, I was like 23 at the time. So I don't know if that was necessarily legal, but we were in like Bloomington County, Illinois or something like that. We were in Bloomington, Illinois or something like that, so I didn't know the law, right? I've just put on a shirt. I don't even have on real shoes. I'm kind of up there and kind of nervous, so whatever. What happened after that, you probably know, but I don't want to go into that. So as far as separation, try to prevent that as much as possible, especially if you're the man in the situation that's doing something that's not necessarily in accordance of what the law says you should and should not do, and the woman is the driver and she's not solid. Now, mind you, I met this girl in like December twice. This is like August when this happened. I've only hung out with her twice, so I don't really know her like that, you know what I'm saying? The second thing is asking you, I got my notes, so asking you about, very important, I really should have saved this for last, but asking you about juvie cases. If you have ever gotten arrested or convicted or charged with anything as a juvenile. This is not illegal necessarily, but it should be. So let me give you an example. Let's say if you got a DUI, right? Let's say if you have a DUI and you're 25 years old, but in your life you've got arrested for, like as a juvenile, you got arrested for grand theft auto, vehicular burglary. If they ask you, have you been arrested before, or what's on your juvenile record, or anything of that. Don't say anything that you've been arrested for under the age of 17, really under the age of 18. That's none of their business, and that's not legal for them to actually go into those documents to look up, unless it was, even if it was very serious. I think they could only look that up if you served juvenile life, or if you went from, like, let's say if you went from 15 and they let you out at 18, I think they may be able to look that up. Or if you got arrested as a minor and they charge you as an adult, they may have access to those files. But in that type of situation, you get arrested at 25 for a DUI, but you stole 2 cars and you burglarized some cars when you were 13, 14, 15, boom. They can bring that up in court because you said that to the officer. Anything that you say can and will be held against you in a court of law. So that's gonna make your charge as an adult more severe because you have a history of doing these things as a minor. So don't mention any, and the police will ask you. They will ask you if you have gotten arrested for anything similar to this as a juvenile, especially if you're closer to 18 than you are to 25. So if you're getting locked up at 19, or even if you got a traffic stop and they found a little bit of weed, did you get locked up for weed when you were a minor? Yeah, I got locked up for a whole ounce when I was a minor. You don't want to say that. Just don't talk about your juvenile cases at all. Next, this is a big one. This is a very big one. If the police think you're guilty, that's important. But if they say this phrase, red flag, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and search your car. Or if they say, when I search your car, am I gonna find anything? And you say no, they're not gonna say, do I have permission to search your car? Because you have a willing, it's really within your will to say yes or no, okay? If they say, I'm going to go ahead and search your car, say, I don't feel comfortable with that, or is that necessary? I don't think that's necessary, or I don't give you, like a lot of people say, I'm not giving you permission, I don't feel comfortable. Don't say that, bro. You don't want to say, I think I just said a lot of things. I'm not going to lie to you, I've been drinking. But if they say, I'm going to go ahead and search your car, just use whatever language, not whatever language, make it a no. It's a no for me. It's a no. I'm going to go ahead and search your car is they're fishing for you to say, okay, or go ahead, I don't have anything to hide. If you do have something to hide, say no. No, I didn't, no. Did you ask? Are you asking me or are you telling me? Give as little confrontational energy and attitude. You figure it out yourself. Figure it out yourself. Because I don't know how you talk, I don't know your attitude, I don't know your gender, I don't know your demographic, anything like that. Nextly, this is very important. Making you feel responsible about the environment. What do you mean, Aaron Moses? Yeah, so we had a lot of robberies in this area. We had a lot of burglaries. This is a very, heavy trafficking area of dope. I don't care. That doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't even live over here. I just got lost. Or I just, no. What does that have to do with me? I'm not doing anything. Do I appear to be doing anything? I'm just driving through. That doesn't have anything to do with me. That doesn't have anything to do with me. And I'm gonna give you a side note. On that same New Orleans trip, my audio's gonna change because I have to plug in my battery. On that same New Orleans trip, these people pulled us over under a bridge on the highway that is very well known, where kids pull over on the highway under this bridge to do you know what. So as soon as we stepped out, it's H needles, it's baggies, it's all kind of what's that called? Contraband, or not contraband, paraphernalia that had nothing to do with us. And they kept saying, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, this is a very high traffic H college town. When's the last time you did H?" And I was like, "I don't do what? 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 Why you got all them arm tattoos? And I was like, because I like arm tattoos. What you talking about? And he was like, let me see your arms. Boom. What's this? It's a mosquito bite, bro. If you don't get your dumb ass, what is wrong with you, man? I don't do that stuff. And then you know what this motherfucker said? Yeah, I let a couple people do whatever in my car like a couple months ago. I'm like, what? They might have left some needles in the car. I'm like, we all going to jail. And the dog. What is wrong with you? You don't see these mind tricks? And that's what and again, that's what happens when you hang out with losers. Don't let people do stuff in your car, because that could happen. And I should make that another video, when somebody left there in my car when I was in some legal trouble already. So next, don't let them make you feel responsible for whatever goes on in the area, and 9 times out of 10, they're lying, okay? Nextly, this is a big one, to make you nervous. Most of this is to throw you off emotionally, to lower your defenses. When they run your name and they say that they know you or they known you in front of other people, this is more so if you're in a group, not just with one other person. When they're like, hey, Aaron, didn't I just pull you over like 3 days ago? Yeah, no, we're good friends. Hold your frame, bro. No, I don't know you. I'm not even from here. I never met you before in my life. That's a dirty one. Not only to make you nervous, to make the other people around you nervous, to make them feel like, oh, the officer just said we're good friends and I've been arresting you for all these times and I let you off and you owe me a favor. Why would somebody stay loyal to somebody who the police says all of that to? Now, they didn't say all of that to me, but I've seen people be in those situations.